The cold that night wasn't normal. It was the kind that makes your hands ache and your chest feel tight with every breath. 17-year-old Alex sat alone behind an old bus stop, snow gathering around his shoes, his jacket barely blocking the wind. He hadn't eaten much all day. He hadn't spoken to anyone either. Winter had a way of making you feel invisible, like the world had already moved on without you. And then, in the middle of that silence, he heard it, a soft whimper. Weak. Almost gone. Alex thought he was imagining it. Hunger and exhaustion can do that. But the sound came again. He stood up slowly and followed it toward an alley nearby. Under a pile of cardboard and snow, he saw a dog. Thin, shaking, fur, dirty and frozen, eyes tired but watching him closely. The dog didn't bark. He didn't run. He just looked at Alex, as if asking a simple question. Are you going to leave me too? Before we go any further, if stories about survival, loyalty, and real human connection matter to you, take a second to like this video and subscribe to Logic Unlocked. It helps this channel grow and reach more people who need stories like this. Now let's continue. Alex had nothing to give. No food, no shelter, no extra clothes. But he did have warmth. He sat down carefully, not wanting to scare the dog. After a long pause, the dog stepped closer and curled up against Alex's side, pressing his cold body into him. Alex pulled his thin jacket around them both, as best he could. 2 forgotten lives, sharing heat in the middle of winter. That night, Alex whispered, "We'll make it through." Morning came slowly. Snow covered the streets. The dog was still there, breathing, alive. It licked Alex's hand gently. Alex smiled without even realizing it. He named the dog Shadow, because from that day on, Shadow followed him everywhere. Days passed, then weeks. Winter didn't get easier. Food was hard to find. Shelters were full. Some nights, they slept under bridges. Other nights behind closed stores. Shadow became Alex's protector, growling softly when strangers got too close. Alex became Shadow's family, giving him food even when his own stomach hurt. When Alex felt weak, Shadow's tail wagged, like it was reminding him, keep going. Alex talked to Shadow constantly, about losing his mom, about foster homes that never felt safe, about how being ignored hurts more than being cold. Shadow listened quietly, head resting on Alex's leg. No judgment. No questions. Just loyalty. And that loyalty kept Alex alive. One night, the temperature dropped dangerously low, the kind of cold that doesn't forgive mistakes. Alex found an abandoned warehouse and crawled inside with Shadow. Shadow's body shook uncontrollably. Alex held him close, rubbing his sides, whispering, "Stay with me." Tears froze on his face as fear set in. Not fear for himself, but fear of losing the only thing that mattered. By morning, Shadow lifted his head and wagged his tail weakly. They survived again. Together. A few days later, outside a soup kitchen, a volunteer noticed them. She didn't push them away. She knelt down and asked, "Is he yours?" Alex nodded. She brought food, water, and a thick blanket. Shadow's tail went wild. The woman smiled and said, "You do look like fighters." That moment changed everything. Slowly, help came. A youth shelter that allowed dogs, warm meals, a safe place to sleep. The first night indoors, Alex couldn't sleep. Silence felt strange after months of wind and fear. Shadow paced nervously, then curled up beside him on the floor. Old habits don't disappear overnight. Spring arrived. Snow melted. Alex found a small job. Shadow waited for him every day, tail wagging like he was welcoming him home. One man once told Alex something he never forgot. That dog didn't just survive with you, he saved you. Alex realized survival isn't always about strength. Sometimes it's about connection, about staying when leaving would be easier, about finding hope in the most unexpected place. If this story touched you, leave a comment below and share your thoughts. And if someone you know needs a reminder that they're not alone, share this video with them. You never know whose winter you might help end. This is Logic Unlocked, reminding you that even in the coldest moments, no one survives alone. Is this conversation helpful so far?